Yeah, I think that's the thing is people being able to turn that noise down, right? Because it's like there's a lot of people looking at their bank account and there's not enough digits in there at all. And something like you where it was 84, then it turns into 2000 and it's like, how do you turn that noise down, whether it's turning the news off for a while? How do you turn that noise down to just like say, because I think this is the most important thing. I feel like in order for America to succeed again, we need to breed productive entrepreneurs right now, even people that never thought of themselves as one before.
That's why I do Shark Tank, right? That's the whole reason I do Shark Tank, because it sends the message every day. If these people that come on the show, and they've started businesses in the middle of nowhere with nothing, if they can do it, I can do it. And I mean, it happens every day. People come up to me or did come up to me, and it's just like, yo, I've been watching Shark Tank, and that's how I started this or that. So I'll give my plug Friday nights on ABC, watch Shark Tank. But yeah, you just, look, it's just a matter of left or right. On the left, I'm broke. On the right, I'm terrified. Which would I rather be? A little bit terrified or a lot broke? Because, if I can fight through the terror and the fear, which we all have to go through. I mean, look, when I got fired and I was sleeping on the floor and I had nothing going on, I mean, nothing, then it was just like, okay, I'm going to have to make these calls, right? I'm going to literally have to just pretend that I've got this big business and get somebody. And actually, my first customer, I laid it on the line. I said, look, you'll be my first customer. I need a $500 advance. That I know you want, right? So if you advance it to me, if it doesn't work, I'll wash your car, I'll walk your dog, I'll do whatever. And fortunately, it worked. And then they were like, oh, that's awesome. Mark sent me to another one. He sent me to another, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that all came from me being fired. And so, you've got the choice of being afraid. And look, I'll tell you about a company that failed, right? I started trying to sell powdered milk. This was right after I graduated, right? And I didn't have a job because even back when I graduated, way back when, like, I went to Indiana University and the unemployment rate in Indiana was 20%.
Wow.
It was a mess. Yeah. And so I figured, well, everybody needs to save money. I'm going to sell powdered milk because powdered milk costs less and everybody needs milk for their cereal. Doesn't matter if it doesn't taste quite as good. My $19 of powdered milk that I bought up front to try to sell to people, long gone, right? Wasted. But I learned, right? I learned that it wasn't so bad to fail, and I learned a lot. You just got to recognize, look, if your friend was sick, would you help your friend, right? If somebody was at risk, would you help them? Yeah, you would put yourself at greater risk health-wise, probably to help a friend. That's far more dangerous and deadly than saying, you know what, I'm going to try to pick up the phone and sell something. I'm going to send an email to somebody. I'm going to go online. I'm going to do this or do that and create this. We take far worse chances almost every day. And yet, for some reason, people are afraid to take a business chance, don't we? Right? What's the worst thing that can happen? You go on to the next one. And every time you fail, you get a little bit closer to getting it right. Because you're going to learn from the company that fired me. I learned more from how not to do things than I ever learned from any other company before or since. The guy was an idiot, right? But I learned a lot, and I got paid to learn. But why not just go for it? What do you got to lose?
For most people right now, people are talking about, well, what should I do? And then they're talking about, well, what should I invest in? And most people, quite frankly, they don't even have enough money to even get a great return on investment. And my personal opinion is, for most people, really the investment should be in starting a business. And so I appreciate you saying all that, because I think everyone needs to increase their income ceiling and really take total responsibility.
Time, but that's your most valuable asset, right? It's your time. Your time is your most valuable asset. Where are you going to spend your time? Look, I'll pat myself on the back. Like, I busted my ass.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't take a vacation for 7 years, man. I taught myself how to program. I did all this stuff, right? I would borrow PCs from people until I finally had enough money to buy a $99 PC that I taught myself even more. And while my boys were out there tearing it up, I'm not saying I didn't have fun. Yeah. I did. But there were a lot of times they were out, getting it on. And I was like, nope, I'm on a mission, right? I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of sleeping on the floor, not having my own room. And that was my motivation. And plus, I was an entrepreneur at heart anyways. I always wanted to do this. And so now learn, right? You don't have to be an expert, but you can take those Coursera classes, right? You can go online and take any number of things. Like now's the time to learn about artificial intelligence. It's not like I just all of a sudden knew what it was or robotics. I'm like anybody else. I'm taking those tutorials online, right? That's how I learn. Why can't you? I do make time for TikTok videos at M Cuban on TikTok, but I still make time to learn.
Yeah, I was telling my mom the other day that if I was little again, I'd probably try to get into coding. I think that's obviously something that's going to be.
Dude, you are little again. Dude, seriously, I don't care how old anybody is. It's just time, right? Just time. And there's so many better. Like when I was learning, I had to just sit on a PC and just try to, grind it out and just brute force it and just learn it and teach. Now there's so many tutorials and so many classes and so much on YouTube, man. You can learn anything. And so when we come out of this, and we will, right? And when we get to America 2.0, and it'll be different, in a lot of ways better. The one question you're going to get asked on a job interview is, what did you learn during the pandemic of 2020? Second question is going to be, what did you do during the pandemic of 2020? Now, if your answer is, I became better at 2K and my Fortnite game is off the charts, or I learned to play Overwatch, that's not bad, right? I mean, yeah, everybody got to kill some time, but still, right? This is the chance. This is your turn. This literally is an opportunity. Everybody goes, like you were talking about earlier, just having that going from that idea to just saying yes to start that business. If anybody in the history of the world was said, you know what, we're just going to take a pause. We're going to take a pause so Jake and everybody that's watching can learn whatever it is they think they want to learn in order to start a business. Well, this is that motherfucking pause.
Yeah.